As mobile home investors, our goal are to help people and to have a great word of mouth reputation and business, but we have to make profit. And when it comes to profit, this right here, this little piece of paper, was the spread, our profit spread from 2015 to 2020. When we're selling a home for cash, we are all in for 20,000. We're selling it for 40, all in for 10, selling it for 30. We did really, really well. We made a lot of money. Even before that, when we're selling more on payments, we made a lot of money and we're able to, fund our business and keep going. Well, during COVID and when prices were rocketing up, our spread, our profit got bigger. And so, we're all in for 15, we're selling for 50. You get the point. Well, now about 12 months from October 2024, November 2024, we've started seeing a dip in the market. Real estate and mobile homes, the amount of cash buyers are holding on to their money more. And so our profit is going back down to where it used to be. Still really good. Still looking to double your money. If you're selling for cash, you want to double your money. And we'll talk about that more. This is the 2025 mobile home market update video. And I want to talk to you so you know how to keep investing safely. My name's John Fedro with mobilehomeinvesting.net. Now let's talk about some things that are still a constant. When it comes to mobile home cash buyers, and we'll talk about payment buyers later. On this video, I want to talk to the mobile home investors. What is different? What's changed? How do we keep helping people while staying safe and not having any kind of blip on our business, having to reset, having to reevaluate? There's still people that need help 5, 10, 20 miles around you. There's people that can't pay their bills. They're in trouble. There's title problems, life problems, work problems, money problems, etc. And so buyers, they want a safe location. Yeah, duh. They want good school locations if they have kids. Correct number of beds, the average lot rent for the area. Lot rent's crazy high. Buyers don't want that. Updated inside, not necessarily. They want a good value, a deal compared to others nearby if they're paying for cash. Prices haven't. Prices have definitely come down some, just like in traditional real estate. Prices have come down some as interest rates have come up, and then there's uncertainness in the world. Now, when interest rates go back, if and when they will go back down, that may fire off the real estate market again. And I want to come over to this slide here, talking about the city, like the suburbs, and then the very rural areas. So the city, which is these buildings. And then this right here is the Walmart logo. That's like more of the suburbs or more outside of the city, the big metro. And then the rural market where there's just like a dollar store. So let's talk about these three different areas. During COVID, prices were rocketing up. And if you wanted a home in the metro market, you had to pay money, obviously, big money. Prices were rocketing up. And so that made mobile home prices, if you wanted to live in the city where you worked or to be in the city, you had to pay the prices for the house, or you paid a higher price for a mobile home in a park. And mobile home and park, the prices were rocketing up during COVID, 2020 to 2023, 2024-ish, which means that if you didn't want to pay these high prices, you moved out just a little bit further. And then the prices of these homes, because the demand went up, the prices went up here. And so you could sell homes for higher cash prices in the more outside the city. And just like mobile homes, if you didn't want to pay those high prices, you moved into a mobile home out here. That's what you could afford. You still wanted to be near the civilization and the population. And then eventually, if you couldn't pay this took months and months for prices to go up and up and up. It pushed over into the rural areas. Homes that we were only selling on payments before, now we could definitely sell for cash in the rural areas. And now that the prices have come down, the cash buyers are less, especially now going into the fall and the winter. Cash buyers are holding on to their money even more. People still do want to buy, but they're looking for a deal. And so selling for cash in the rural areas, that is something I want you to, if the population's under 20,000 people, assume that you are going to sell this on payments, this mobile home that you are going to sell on payments in the rural area, unless you pick it up for practically nothing and can, resell it for like $5,000, $10,000. It's not going to be a large amount, but assume if, to sell in the rural area, it's going to be on payments just to keep you safe. Outside the metro market, you can still sell for cash, but prices have come down. And just like in the metro, prices have come down. You can sell for cash, you can sell for cash, you can still sell for cash, but definitely assume that you would probably get payments, have like a plan B in all these situations of selling for payments which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. Hope that made sense. Let's go over here to the pink slide. No expense spared with these graphics. Let's talk about sellers right now. Mobile home sellers. As mobile home investors, we deal with people that need to sell. They don't want to sell, they need to sell. They have 2 mortgage payments, 2 lot rent payments, they're living in 2 places, they already bought another home, or they can't afford this one, or they moved out to go somewhere else, or stay with family, or they're getting evicted, or they're behind on payments, they're getting foreclosed on. So people that need to sell, as investors, we don't have to buy, but sellers, they have to sell. 30, 60, 90 days, sellers will sell. And many folks in the past 5 years or so, as prices were rocketing up, that people got FOMO. They bought 2 recently. I say they paid too much, but at the time, that's what the market, retail prices were going for. And so right now they're underwater. If they hold on to their properties, they might not be in the future. But right now, a lot of people are underwater. Realtors can't help. Realtors might say they can help, but they're not magicians. But realtors might get homes under contract promising to sell a home, and then they don't. And the sellers get more and more frustrated, more stressful. And then again, like I said, in the fall and the winter, sellers don't want to necessarily move unless they don't have to, but they're still moving. Duh. There's less cash buyers, which means we are more valuable. As mobile home investors, there's no way around it. We are more valuable. In the past 7 years or so, 5 to 7 years, if we did not buy a home, the seller had many other options. There were buyers waiting behind us. If we didn't buy it, there was somebody else that would buy it. Because again, the prices were going up, supply was low, demand was high. Well, now demand is lower, supply is still where it is, or even a little bit more. And so prices are coming down, and so we are more valuable. Park managers want to work with us more. Realtors want to work with us. Dealers want to work with us more. Now, we have to really be careful, because just because people are throwing opportunities at us, we only want to do the best of the best. Number 2, there will always be another opportunity. Don't get emotional on doing that particular deal. There will be another opportunity when you're advertising and marketing. When you do make offers to sellers, which you should absolutely still be doing, don't take a break just because we're going into the fall and the winter time. That's a great time to purchase. Sellers have to sell. That is a wonderful time to pick up great properties. People will fill them up. People need a place to live. People want good deals. And we have to buy the homes. We have to buy them with our buyers in mind. We don't just want to do a deal. Hey, I got into a home. And then it's like, well, can you sell it? What are you going to be selling this for? And so number 3, when we are aiming, when you are planning on selling for cash, aim to buy low, obviously. We'll talk about kind of what that low number means, but aim to buy low and sell for a competitive cash price. We want to sell our homes in 30, 60 days. We are in this business to sell properties, not to hold on to them and just wait and wait. So sell for cash and double your money if you're selling for cash. Just because the market's coming down, we are still purchasing, from sellers that are having hardships. They need to sell. They're more concerned about the speed of the deal, or they're embarrassed, or there's title problems, or there's deferred maintenance on the home. So we're getting the homes at really good prices, but aim to double your money when you sell it. And then if you're selling on payments, aim to buy low, obviously, and then sell on payments. When you sell for payments, I want you to sell whatever the cash price would have been for that hypothetical home, 20 grand, let's say. Sell for your payment home for 40 grand. So get 40,000 instead of 20,000. If you sell for cash, you can get 20. If you sell on payments, you should be getting 40 or more. You should make all your money back in 1 to 12 months with the down payment, with the monthly payments, and then collect 400 minimum cash flow these days for 60 months when you're taking payments. That's really good money. You'll make your money back really quick. Even if you're not loving payments, which payments are awesome, you still will do cash deals. But nowadays, the past 5 years, we were doing, as a group, the folks that I work with, 90% of our mobile homes we sold for cash. Now about 70% of the mobile homes we're selling for cash. So 30%, 20% more, we are selling on payments. And that's a lot of the times in those rural areas, or in the suburbs. And if it's not as much desirable, if it needs more work, if maybe it's only a 2-bedroom. And let's go down here. Number 4, base your cash sales price. You say, John, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to buy this home. I'm going to resell it. Make sure, however you're getting comps, and there's a number of ways to get comps. Different states are a little bit different, but whatever number, if you have a 3.2 in a park that you're looking at, or even a mobile home on land, base the comp, base the selling price of what you're going to sell it for 25% below what the other homes are asking. Still try to sell it for 50 or higher, but assume when you go to sell and still make sure that you're going to be making ample profit, even if you sell it 25% below what the competition is asking. I hope that helped. I hope that painted a picture a little bit about how to protect yourself a little bit more. We're making offers. Oh, you know what? We just jumped from, I was going to end it early. These are really important. Number 5, make payment offers when you're buying. That's something that we're doing a little bit more. You can make a payment offer, whether you're giving the seller just a little bit of money down, because you can pay a seller more typically with payments. You can give the seller a little bit of money down and then payments for a while, or maybe even balloon it, payments or no payments for 10 months, and then it balloons. And you give the seller the rest of their money. That allows you to get into the home with just $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 out of pocket or less. You start paying the lot rent, and maybe you pay some payments to the seller, and then either you sell the home for cash or you sell the home on payments yourself. But our goal is to help sellers. If you can pay more for a home and help a seller and help them out of a jam, even though, again, maybe you don't want to sell for payments, or you're like, man, that seems like a little bit extra work, or I don't want to sell for, I don't want to give people payments. It's so much trouble giving them payments every month. But it gets the deal done. It keeps more money in your pocket. You can give the seller a bit more money. You have a great referral and testimonial, and you make more money over the long run. And payments are great. You make way more money selling on payments, and you help more people. That's number 5. And number 6, make purchase offers, negotiate. If you can't buy the home right away, you can be patient more so than you could the last 5 years. You can be patient. And remember, some of these no's are temporary no's. You'll follow back up with sellers. You'll hear what happened, what they sell it for, what they drop the price to, did they not sell it, what's going on, how stressed are they? And if you can't buy the home, you can't negotiate a good price at that point, a wholesale. If you aren't able to buy it, you can potentially find a buyer that will buy it. And you should know that. You should know that, yes, I will have a buyer. Not like, oh, if I get lucky, I can find someone that's dumb enough to pay this price. The consignments have to be very profitable as well. If you're just guessing, hey, I got this home, for like $100,000, and let me see if I can sell it for 120. Man, why not? It's like, no, that's wasting everybody's time. Make sure you can sell it, like 90% sure that you can have a buyer for over what you have it under contract for. And then, like I said, follow up. I hope that this all made sense and helped, gives you some actionable stuff to do and think about. If you have any questions, please never hesitate to email me, john@mobilehomeinvesting.net. That's john@mobilehomeinvesting.net. Keep investing, keep making offers, keep aiming to help people, make your offers more conservative than they used to be. And if you have any questions, like I said, reach out anytime. Talk to you later.